They're stealing. Look, they started stealing before the potatoes were even finished harvesting. This is a settlement area, making you all famous nationwide. On June 15th, Mr. Zeng from Suzhou, Anhui, reported to Chinese media that he had invested over 3 million yuan in the area and contracted 82 acres of land to grow potatoes. However, when the harvesting season came around, a large number of villagers rushed in to seize the potatoes, resulting in a scene of goods being taken without payment. It's about 500 mu or 82 acres, with a depth of more than 300 meters. Every meter has 1 or 2 people, and they've been stealing for 4 or 5 days. They're mostly villagers from nearby areas. Conservative estimates put the number of people at 500 to 1,000. They're losing around 10,000 kilograms every day, and their electric tricycles? They're mostly loaded halfway at least. Mr. Zeng reported that since potato harvesting began in late May, local villagers frequently snuck into his fields at night to dig up potatoes. Initially, a few dozen people were involved, but after June 10th, the situation escalated from theft to widespread looting. Villagers arrived with hoes, woven bags, and tricycles, some even bringing bedding and food to stay near the fields and work continuously. At peak times, people from nearby towns and neighboring counties joined. Despite Mr. Zeng's attempts to intervene, the villagers ignored him, at most dropping the potatoes in hand and moving to another spot to continue. Faced with such widespread looting, Mr. Zeng was powerless to stop it. He expected to harvest 3 tons of potatoes per 660 square meters, but only 1 ton was collected before the looting occurred. At a wholesale price of 0.6 yuan per pound, he estimated a financial loss of about 600,000 yuan. Mr. Zeng said he confronted several villagers, asking why they were taking the potatoes. They responded, claiming, "These are leftover potatoes you don't want. We're just picking them up." Local village officials also defended the villagers' actions. He made it available for the public to pick. The public picked the small potatoes. Our village officials also helped him keep an eye on things. But if he doesn't want them, why can't they pick them? The smaller ones, the ones that can't be sold. He's already collected 2 batches. The big and medium ones were taken, but the really small ones that can't be sold, people just take them home to chop up and feed to the dogs. Regarding this, Mr. Zeng stated that the situation was not like that. In our video, you can hear the voices of the people trying to stop them, and they're crying, "How can we just let it go?" I only called the police by dialing 110 because I wanted to stop them. However, after Mr. Zeng reported the incident to the police, they refused to take action, citing the principle of no punishment for the masses. The police station told me themselves, "The law doesn't punish the crowd. There are too many people. We can't do anything about it." These are their exact words. In a fit of anger, Mr. Zeng posted a video online, which quickly went viral, sparking widespread public attention and debate.
In
Suzhou, Anhui, there was a 0 yuan purchase. This actually happened in our China. 1,000 people rushed to steal 500,000 kilograms of potatoes. As a Chinese person, I can hardly believe this is happening in the 21st century in China, where we have a peaceful era and everyone can eat their fill. The police officer's words shattered my worldview. The law doesn't punish the crowd. There are too many people. We can't do anything about it. So this whole sack of potatoes, this is what you call picking? Even if it's small potatoes, as long as Brother Zeng hasn't finished clearing the land, you don't have the right to pick them. This shows how simple the customs are in this place. What kind of society are we living in now? Are we still in the 50s or 60s when people couldn't afford food? Even back then, there wasn't this kind of looting, right? The local leaders really do love the people like their own children. These villagers, these leaders, what you're doing makes it impossible for outsiders to invest in your local agriculture. If it wasn't for the internet, Brother Zeng would have just suffered in silence.
If the law doesn't punish the crowd, I believe tomorrow even more people will dare to go out on the streets for a 0 yuan purchase. The whole country is watching. Let's wait and see. Online users have commented, large-scale farmers have been facing similar situations for a long time. With villagers acting like this, who would still dare to contract farmland in their village? Isn't the local economy the one suffering? Incidents of local residents looting crops such as watermelons, pumpkins, potatoes, and radishes from leaseholders have occurred frequently in recent years, causing significant losses for farmers. For outsiders investing and starting businesses in rural areas, if they don't have local partners, it's difficult to avoid these situations. Some netizens have analyzed this as an example of the broken window effect. Once the first person takes action, others feel they too would lose out if they don't join in. Similar to truck accidents on highways, truck drivers hope no one will approach to take things. They argue that such behavior, akin to robbery, is an insult to farmers' hard work and a blatant disregard for the law. They believe severe penalties are necessary and that the large number of participants should not be an excuse for overlooking the incident. The incident continues to gain attention. Under pressure from public opinion on June 14th, Suzhou police announced they had opened an investigation into the case. On June 16th, Mr. Zeng said that the government officials had pressured him to delete the video to reduce its negative impact. I'm from the Dadian police station. My name is Liang. I think you should delete this Douyin video, or any content related to it. If what you posted causes some negative reaction from the government, do you think that would help with how your issue is handled? It's such a big impact. A huge impact, and that's not good for anyone. Mr. Zeng was not the only one to be advised. His friends and relatives were also mobilized by relevant authorities to persuade him to stop participating in media interviews. They urged him to understand that the weak cannot oppose the strong. On the evening of June 16th, the Public Security Bureau of Suzhou City's Yongqiao District released a statement regarding the incident. The report stated that around midnight on June 13th, the Jiejie police station received a report from a local resident claiming that villagers were looting potatoes from the contracted land. The police responded quickly to the scene. Investigation for this case has been authorized, and further legal actions will be taken based on the findings. However, netizens have questioned the accuracy of the police report. They claim that the person who called the police had been rejected by the authorities, the reason being, no punishment for the masses. But the police report stated that the situation was handled swiftly. Some netizens sarcastically commented, "What is there to handle? The person who reported the incident has already been handled and the matter was resolved long ago." Others mocked, "It's easier to deal with one person than with 1,000. Local netizens say that the majority of those involved in the looting could be elderly villagers, making the situation harder to handle. The contractor might have no choice but to accept the loss." As people anxiously awaited the police's actions, another bizarre development occurred. On June 16th, multiple media outlets reported that Mr. Zeng had reached a mutual understanding with the villagers. The villagers had mistakenly believed that Mr. Zeng had silently allowed them to pick the potatoes, and their actions were deemed legal. Mr. Zeng also stated that he would not pursue further action. Mr. Zeng was left confused, saying, "How come I didn't know I had forgiven them? Who made that decision for me?" Netizens quickly criticized the reports. Is this the result of handling it according to law and regulations? It's outrageous. Even more absurd, all videos related to the incident posted by Mr. Zeng were taken down, leaving only one unrelated video. However, the comments section still contained traces of the potato looting incident. Netizens suspected the authorities were deleting posts. The incident, like many other high-profile events, may be left without consequence. Thanks to the internet, a platform for raising concerns, some truths have reached the public despite frequent posts and video removals. These efforts have exposed the actions of local officials. Recently, Anhui has drawn public attention again. An environmental incident in Bangbu near Suzhou has further heightened concerns. It is rice planting season, but in Moheiko town, Bangbu, 33,000 acres of rice fields face water shortages due to polluted irrigation channels, preventing rice planting and delaying the agricultural schedule. On June 6, environmental blogger Yu Lai Chige, known for focusing on environmental issues, visited the area at his followers' request. The situation is extremely urgent, I'm telling you, it's not an exaggeration at all. After an on-site visit, the vlogger learned that the river has been polluted for years, despite repeated complaints from villagers with no resolution. Irrigating with river water kills seedlings quickly, preventing rice planting. The primary cause is the Moheiko Industrial Park, which discharges wastewater illegally at night, while regulatory oversight appears ineffective. Nearby villages are also affected, with crops like soybeans and peanuts dying and fruit trees failing to bear fruit. The corn has grown this tall, and with just one watering from this ditch, not a single plant is left. Oh no, that's heartbreaking. Is anyone compensating for it? Who's going to compensate? No one is. Now the common people are too scared to plant crops. If this water doesn't even work, who would dare to plant? Look, these peppers are all dead. Oh my gosh, this grass is all rotten. Look, even this grass, which has such strong vitality, is all rotting. The video shows that seedlings grown by villagers have died in large numbers due to drought and water shortages. Villagers report that when they visited the town government to raise concerns, they could not meet anyone in charge. Some called the mayor's hotline and reached him, but he claimed to be too busy to visit. Frustrated, the villagers hope the vlogger's exposure will lead to a resolution. To test water quality on June 7th, the vlogger conducted an on-site watering experiment, irrigating 5 corn plants with polluted water. He expected results after a week, but just after 2 days, on June 9th, the corn was severely wilted and nearly dead. On the morning of June 10th, the vlogger returned to the cornfield and found that all the corn plants had been secretly uprooted.
真是泥之大埔.
This is really unbelievable. In one night, all the corn was pulled out. Now, in just one night, the corn has all been pulled up. This is all my fault, because at the time, I only watered a few plants with water from the river. I thought I'd do an experiment, and within 2 days, they started wilting and turning yellow. I didn't expect that after I posted a video yesterday. Today, I'd get feedback saying that in just one night, all the corn was pulled up. The landowner's son also stated that he didn't know who had uprooted the corn. The blogger commented,
这是我的问题造成的，我先会垫付农民的损失。
This is my mistake, and I will first cover the farmer's losses. At the time, I only used water from the ditch to water the land. I watered a few plants, and a few of them died, and now they're all gone. What exactly are they trying to cover up? I need to get to the bottom of this. Who uprooted the corn? Many netizens who saw the video were filled with doubts, and various speculations began circulating. One netizen mocked, saying, "This move is flawless. There's no way to prove it." Another commented, "This is highly efficient. They cleaned it up in just one night." Some suspected that those responsible for the pollution were the ones who pulled up the corn. Others jokingly suggested that it might have been the local Environmental Protection Bureau's night shift team. There were even netizens advising the vlogger to leave, warning that staying in the area might pose a risk to his personal safety. I think this guy's account will be gone soon. He might even end up behind bars. It seems everyone understands the typical approach the government takes in handling such issues. They fail to resolve the problem and also silence those who bring it to light. Perhaps due to the exposure by the vlogger and public attention, the Bangbu local government quickly took action and set up a joint task force. On June 8th, the Bangbu City and Huaishan District Joint Task Force released a report stating that on June 6th, they had commissioned provincial environmental monitoring departments to test the surrounding water quality. The results showed that key indicators such as pH, chemical oxygen demand, and ammonia nitrogen met agricultural irrigation water standards, and that monitoring efforts are being expanded. The official investigation claims that river water meets agricultural irrigation standards, despite evidence that crops die when watered with it. The incident gained widespread media attention, particularly due to the experiment video and corn uprooting incident posted by the blogger, prompting strong public skepticism. On June 10th, under public pressure, the task force reported that expanded monitoring revealed some irrigation sites exceeded standards for total salts and chlorides. However, they stated that the wastewater treatment plant's discharge was compliant, as total salts and other indicators were not monitored. And high temperatures, 10% above average, and drought, 17% less rainfall, caused water salinity to rise, affecting seedling growth. They concluded that the discharge was compliant and attributed the issue to weather conditions. To address public concerns, Huaishan District contacted insurance companies to process claims for affected farms, while the Water Resources Department diverted water from the Kuo River and Beifei River to support planting. The Agriculture Department supplied seedlings and sent experts to assist with emergency planting. Although the corn uprooting incident remains unresolved, the response to the water pollution issue has offered some relief to affected villagers. Netizens thanked the vlogger, with one fan joking, "I follow you because you're my environmental minister." Inspired by this incident on June 14th, the environmental vlogger visited Nanyang, Henan, at the request of his followers to expose another water pollution case. The polluted river is a tributary to the Tang River called Jian River.
来，大家看一下我身后的这条河啊。
Everyone, take a look at the river behind me. This area is where the Tang River is. I'm starting from the point where it connects with the Tang River and heading upstream to reach the source of its pollution. Let's see exactly how far this is. The color, look, it's very strange. Can you see it? It's really unusual. There's clearly something wrong with this water. This white foam is continuously flowing downstream. Look at the color of the water in this river. It's very abnormal. Such a big river, do you see it? not a single dead fish. Sometimes I think that seeing dead fish is actually a good sign, because it means there might still be fish to die. Can you believe it? A river this big, not a single fish, not even a whitefish. I haven't seen a single one. Through visiting local residents, he learned that this area is one of China's main grain-producing regions, yet it lacks a reliable water source for irrigation. The locals complained that using river water to irrigate crops causes them to wither and die quickly. This problem has persisted for 2 or 3 years without resolution. Not only is the river water polluted, but there is also a constant pungent odor in the air, severely affecting daily life and even contributing to a high incidence of cancer in the area. The people hope that after being exposed, their issues will finally be addressed. After the vlogger posted the video, he received support from another environmental vlogger, Xiaofu Gege. On June 16th, social media vlogger Xiaofu Gege visited Weizai village in Xingye County, Henan. He used aerial footage to show the situation parts of the Jian River. The video revealed that some sections of the river had turned black, while others were covered with a layer of green pollutants. During his on-site filming, he was also followed by several vehicles of unknown origin.
为了给你们拍到这些线索，大家看一下我经历了什么。
Take a look at what I've been through to get these clues for you. Alright everyone, look here. The car in the shot is our car. Now take a look at how many other cars are following us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars are coming after us. We were terrified. At first, these cars were here, and when they realized we were filming a video, they came over, so we ran. After social media vloggers exposed the issue, it drew public attention, prompting several media outlets to visit the area for interviews. According to Jimu News, a villager from Maying village along the Jian River said river pollution has worsened over the past 2 years. Located downstream, the village now relies on well water for irrigation, avoiding river water, as even drinking water is affected. The villager noted that after the exposure, authorities sent personnel to the site in recent days. Local villagers report that the government has begun addressing the issue. The potato looting in Suzhou, Anhui, and water pollution incidents in Bengbu and Nanyang, Henan, highlight issues in local governance, from citing no punishment for the masses to vague reconciliations, deleting posts to suppress public opinion, and uprooting corn to conceal the truth. These events reveal a pattern of inadequate oversight and deflected responsibility. Thanks to the internet and social media, the truth briefly emerges, raising public awareness. However, with routine tactics like post deletions, surveillance, and unresolved cases, citizens face significant challenges in seeking justice under authoritarian governance. Encouragingly, more people are becoming aware, and vloggers like Yu Lai Chigo and Xiaofu Gege risk their safety to advocate for the public, offering a glimmer of hope. Persistent public questioning and resistance may challenge the seemingly robust regime.